Well, we got another video game movie. Um,
Yay. Isn't that fun?
um, yeah. So it's based off the game series Borderlands. It's developed by Gearbox Software. It's directed by Eli Roth. Uh, so this one is a little funny. It says the screenplay is by Eli Roth and Joe Crombie. The thing is, like, people thought that it was Joe Abercrombie, the author of the First Law book series, and like that's like a really good series of books. So it's like how the fuck did you get that guy? It's like no, apparently Joe Crombie is actually people believe it's the pseudonym for Craig Mazin
Oh,
because he was supposed to write this film and they told him to take his name off. So yeah.
wait, what the fuck? Craig Manson is supposed to be in this film. Okay, what the fuck? Why don't they just hire him?
Oh, he was there. He told him to take his name off because it was that bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can believe that.
Yeah. The film is produced by the beloved Avi Arad. So
Uh,
yeah.
what happened to that guy? He used to
He's
be
not he's
producing.
he's not having
Yeah.
a good year, Madam Web. Now this. Hello, Rangi.
Hi. I think Burger's supposed to be here. I'm just waiting for him.
Yeah. We're just kind of talking about the so I know we did not play the games, Borderlands. So we're not going to be able to talk too much about that side. Um, I did talk to a friend who has played the Borderland games who watched the movie, so he did give me some notes to talk about in terms of the mishandling of the yeah. Come on, Burger. But yeah. So yeah, I'll mention some of that throughout the video. Um, I thought some of
Yeah.
it was pretty interesting. Well, it stars a very random group of actors all together, um, and I think like that was like kind of like the first thing people noticed back when the trailers came out. What the fuck is this cast?
Yeah.
um, you got like Kate Blanchett, two-time Oscar winner. Then you got Kevin Hart. You got Jack Black. You got Ariana Greenblatt. You got Florian Montenu. You got Jamie Lee Curtis. Yeah,
Uh. Yeah. Those are choices because I thought the movie is supposed to have younger people. Just saying.
yeah. Um, that was kind of like before we talk a little bit more about the cast. We're gonna kind of talk a little bit more about the production side before just before Burger arrives. So this film was announced back in August 2015, so 9 years ago, with Lionsgate developing it. Aviarad is producing it, and Leigh Whannell was supposed to direct it, the director of the Insidious films, um, or I
Hmm.
think co-director, right? Because James Wan was also there.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff happening behind the scenes.
Invisible Man as well.
All right.
Upgrade. Upgrade was pretty good. Yeah. But then, by February 2020, you got new producer, you got Eli Roth attached to direct. with a screenplay by Craig Mazin. Um, but yeah, as we talked about, Craig Mazin took his name off entirely because it was really garbage.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't understand why you even decide to play that anyways.
Hello, Burger.
Hi.
Hi. Oh, I'm on. Good.
Yeah.
Yay.
We were just kind of talking about the production of this film.
Oh yeah, Eli Roth was the director of this one. I was a bit surprised. I haven't actually seen anything he's done.
Yeah, he's not very well liked from
No.
a horror film perspective. So a lot of people found this kind of weird. But yeah, this basically like the film was announced back in 2015, so 9 years ago. It's had a few directors and writers attached, including Craig Mazin for writing. You know, especially after his like
The Last of Us.
The Last of
And
Us, Chernobyl, recently especially. But yeah, he stepped down because it was that garbage. This
Jeez.
whole thing. But yeah, then the weird thing was it's like they actually finished filming in 2021 April, but then they decided to do reshoots in 2023. So like it's kind of abnormal for reshoots to take place. And then funnily enough, the reshoots had to be directed by Tim Miller because Eli Roth was busy filming Thanksgiving at the time.
weird. So
So yeah,
do you find out what the Tim Miller reshoots?
I wasn't able to find it.
Yeah, he made. Actually, his career is really inconsistent. For one, he made Deadpool. That is supposed to be his first directorial debut,
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
and then he made Terminator: Dark Fate.
Classic.
I mean,
Then, yeah.
I mean, I'll just say that's because that's his only two directorial credits. He's only producer for executive producer for the Sonic movies, and he made Love, Death, and Robots.
Yeah. And then it says like he's done like the opening sequence for Thor: Dark World.
Really?
Yeah, but he has like technical credits for those. That Scott Pilgrim as well.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I think he just does like title sequences for some of these movies. Like he also did Girl with the Dragon Tattoo for the title sequence.
Yeah, I mean, he's
So that's like an
also
editing perspective.
he's also some visual edit. He also works in visual effects for video games like Shadow the Hedgehog,
Mhm.
Mass Effect 2, Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of difficult to say what exactly did he do. I can't really go out and say like, oh, it felt like two different directors on this thing or something like that. It was just really boring in general. I can't really tell what was a reshoot and what wasn't in that sense. Sometimes you can, but I wasn't able to. But yeah, that I guess like if anyone wants to give some non-spoilers before we get into the spoiler stuff.
Okay, let's ask this question. Do you think this is the worst movie of 2024 so far?
It's the only other I've only seen the new Mean Girls, Damsel, and this. So it's about as bad as Damsel is. From what I hear of Deadpool and Wolverine and the other Rebel Moon movies, it's probably not as bad as those are.
For me, it's like I feel like it has the sin of being really boring.
Yeah.
Whereas like, I mean, at least like those films are like bad where I can get mad at them, but like here, I feel nothing after watching the entire movie. It took me.
Yeah.
It took me a long time just to finish the movie, even though it's 90 minutes. Which thankfully, that's the positive of the movie. It's short.
Yeah, it's like watching.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I was just in and out at the theater. Yeah.
I was literally watching this. I was like, "Dude, this feels like watching Rebel Moon, the first one."
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough for me to say because, like, technically, no. I mean, Deadpool and Wolverine like break so much of like lore and like stuff that was good before and all that stuff
Oh yeah.
for the MCU and all that. But like, I can comfortably say like in terms of like in terms of watching a movie, I feel like this is really bad because it does the sin of being boring. So yeah.
And when things start to happen, you just realize how fucked they are. When things happen, which is not really a lot.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing. Like, it's like those video game movies, but it's not like it's not like Super Mario '93. Like,
No.
that's like entertaining at least.
Or Street Fighter. Oh, that was fun.
Or
I mean,
Street Fighter, yeah.
it feels like the Legend of Chun-Li.
Yeah, that's kind of my other thing too. It's like it tries to take itself really seriously, despite the piss and poop jokes.
Haha.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
But yeah,
I was just reading up on that one. The one that was from the Claptrap, I think his name is. Yeah, the one that was from him was apparently inspired by Eli Roth's French Bulldog or something.
Oh, what?
That's what it says here. Eli Roth stated that his French Bulldog pooping gave him inspiration while pitching the film. And that's it's something to do with Claptrap. Yep.
Are you serious?
That's what it said. I'm reading the Wikipedia right now. That's what it says.
wild. Yeah. So that was something we also mentioned a little bit before. It's like the two of us haven't played the games.
Neither have I.
Yeah. Okay. My friend who has played the games, like he did write some notes for me to talk about, like when we're talking about the film in terms of adaptation wise, things that the movie did not really understand about the games, which we'll kind of get into. But yeah. So I guess from like one more non-spoiler thing, how does it make you feel about Borderlands if you were like somebody who has never played the games as we haven't?
Yeah, I was pretty unamused the whole movie. I'm sure the games probably execute at least the first two. I heard the third one's not that good. I imagine the first two probably execute a lot of the same ideas the movie goes for a lot better.
Yeah,
such as the ending, especially.
Yeah, I think like, I mean, one of the things that my friend mentioned is like it is really difficult to take the zaniness of the game, because it's not really like a linear kind of story. It's kind of like episodic in that sense. Like you kind of go through missions here and there. You can pick a story to go about in terms of your missions. And then, but the whole thing is like you have your character interactions and all that stuff. But like, to make an actual plot is kind of difficult to do. It's not impossible, but it is like, even if you're like a really big fan of the games, it's kind of hard to really tailor that kind of story. But I mean, I'm sure it's possible. Yeah, that too. I'm sure they haven't played the games. But yeah. So yeah. So the film opens with yeah, go ahead.
The line. So once upon a time, aliens invade this galaxy, and then they left scientific stuff there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Iridians were like an ancient alien group that was like there, and then they left, but they left all their tech behind so that everybody had free taking.
Did anyone not see any problems of this?
I was too busy hung up on how bad the narration was because it was so on the nose.
Yeah.
The narrations from Lilith were awful in this.
Mm-hmm.
They also just repeat information a lot.
Yeah. Speaking of which, like we kind of talked about this too. It's like Cate Blanchett. She flat out just said like it was COVID. I was bored, and this seemed like pretty fun in terms of getting me to do something different.
Oh yeah, I have
Okay.
it pulled up on the wiki. It says the gunslinging stuff was so much fun. I got really absorbed in that whole world. I think there was also a little bit of COVID madness. I was spending a lot of time in the garden using the chainsaw a little too freely. What the fuck?
Oh fuck! Wait, what?
No,
My husband said. She goes. My husband said this film could save your life.
Wait, what? I thought you played a much different character already in Thor Ragnarok. Like when it comes to define
Yeah.
yourself.
I guess like she's never really done like this kind of action star kind of thing. But yeah, the thing that kind of made me laugh was like it is kind of reminiscent of her character in Tar, like where she's like so good at what she does, like she got bored of it.
Oh,
and
yeah.
needs to do something different. That's like practically her character here. But yeah, that's just one of the. And then her first actual line when they do show her in person is, "Man, I'm too old for this shit." Which is the thing is like Lilith is 22 in the games, and Kate Blanchett is 55.
Yep. So
Oh,
that's
jeez.
that's no. This is like after we just unload aliens come here and they left for some reason and they leave the attack without collecting them for some reason. We just left with great dialogues.
Jeez.
Yeah. But do you want to say anything else before I talk about the prison?
Sure.
Oh, jeez.
So do we want to say? So do we just go in chronological order, which we start with Kevin Hart and then Kate Blanchett?
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah. So after that exposition about how,
Aliens come and then left for some reason.
Oh yeah, they didn't exactly. They just say they came and then they went and then don't.
yeah.
It's pretty stupid.
Yeah, then it cuts to like a prison base outside of Pandora. It has the teenage girl, Tiny Tina, in a prison cell, and all of a sudden this soldier comes and rescues her. Who else but Kevin Hart? Because it's not really Roland. But yeah, it's Kevin Hart, but like 20% more serious.
Huh.
I'd say.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So yeah, Roland is a mercenary soldier who apparently has gone rogue. He, he's said he's tasked to like get Tiny Tina out of there. Then they do like a hallway shoot up with the guards, and then all of a sudden, a psycho just breaks out of a glass cell, which makes you question why was he in a glass cell and why didn't he get out at any other point?
Yeah.
Krieg,
Oh yeah.
and then
Oh. Oh yeah. This just symbolizes how incompetent the entire organization is. Like seriously, the entire fight, no one's actually trying to shoot them, and apparently they want to not kill the girl if you go through the entire movie, because they think she's a key or something.
Oh
So
yeah.
they-
How does that? So how long has that been going on for? How long did they say that been going on for? And nobody got her and realized, oh crap, she's not actually the key.
Yeah.
Uh,
That was
I can't remember what.
I also
might be
don't
able to
really know
see-
who arrested her in the first place. That was kind of the other thing.
yeah.
'Cause you have like the Atlas guards on that ship too, but like if Atlas is I don't know. I guess maybe Atlas imprisoned his daughter for that reason, but then it's like, then why didn't you just take her
Yeah.
to Pandora? I don't know. It
Trust
just
me.
seems like it's
The
just to
Atlas-
make plot.
What Atlas did is basically just the same in the creator, which if you go by further in the movie, they're just like, oh, I put a key in this person. I put a kid. Sorry, I put a key in this kid. Why?
Yeah. So yeah, this so that's like 3 of your team right there. Tiny Tina, Roland, and Krieg are all together now. And then they're going to escape to Pandora to basically hide. That's kind of the ending of that opening scene. If there's anything else you want to mention.
Yeah.
I
Why
don't
did
think-
Why the Creed wants to protect the little girl?
So it just seems like she seemed to know him previously. That part wasn't really clear.
Yeah. And then here's the thing: if that's the case, I would not believe the fact he would just ram at Kevin Hart and the little girl, just to after while he's escaping from the glass.
See, I think the
tower.
thing is like it was timed so perfectly that they just ran into each other. I think that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that just kind of happened that way.
Yeah, and it's also a lot of like Hollywood cliches, which are like, also if there's a soldier with a gun, they are instead of just shooting them in distance, they are gonna run to them and try to kill them by beating them with a gun.
Yeah. And Kevin Hart talked about being cast as Roland. Like he said, particularly he wanted to play the character, one, to show that he can be an action star. And then 2 is because like he kind of liked Eli's idea that it's kind of subverting the expectations of Roland, in the sense that like, because like Roland is like tall, suave, serious, like the straight man to this group in Borderlands in the game, according to what my friend was saying. So Kevin Hart is the opposite for the most part. Yeah.
Wait, this guy wants to be an action star? He's in many action movies already.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he is.
That wasn't very clear. But yeah, that's kind of what he was saying. Yeah, because like honestly, I mean, I can't say like when you see the team together, I don't really feel like he is the straight man. But then again, nobody really is.
I guess you could probably say Kate Blanchett probably is in that case.
Yeah.
I guess.
Probably she has the least jokes.
Yeah.
Mhm, for sure.
Yeah. So they go, and
Yeah, I
I mean,
don't know
I'll
how they.
I'll give them one thing. They don't constantly make short jokes. They make one in the beginning, but that's it.
Yeah.
Kevin Hart's big thing in his movies is I'm short or I'm black, pretty much, are his 2 big jokes in most of his movies, from what I can
Yeah.
gather.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did catch a couple of both. in this
Yeah.
one.
It's also kind of funny that Tiny Tina is like almost the same height as Roland, but yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, I'm just gonna say this. How
Mhm.
did they escape the space station?
They
And
just do magic of editing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I just remembered that. They just No, I'm seriously drawing a blank. How did they get out of there?
No, it just cuts to black and it's on a different planet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so then they're just gone.
Yep.
Yeah.
I also love how Craig,
Mhm.
whatever his name is, he just kind of shows up in the armored van or whatever they're in, and nobody says anything. He's just there.
All right. Oh.
I just find that weird. They don't exactly explain anything about him, because I remember when Kate Blanchett's also fighting him at first, she does a bunch of stuff that you think would kill him, and it just doesn't kill him. So I was going through the movie and I was like, oh, all right, so this guy must be special somehow. And I just saw a bunch of the other crazy guys and they were dying like normal. And I was like, oh, never mind. Where he just has blatant plot armor at the start of the movie.
Yeah. Do you love that he deflect bullets for some reason?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So then it cuts to a different planet where Lilith is in the middle of doing a bounty, but she's getting a drink at the bar. But then all of a sudden, these guys Want to talk to her. She doesn't want to talk. Punches the guy in the nose. Then just shoots everybody. And then there's a guy sitting in the couch, like acting like he's the mastermind. So then she kills him too. But then it turns out that guy just has like a holographic face of Atlas. And then
Okay,
and then,
just keep that in mind.
yeah, and then the guy's like telling one of his fat henchmen to take the thing. He's like, "Oh, but she'll kill me." It's like she's not going to kill you because you're fat. So-
What?
Uh-huh.
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
It's coming back to me.
yeah. And then so he puts on the mask and then basically continues that conversation through the hologram face.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. The hologram mask. That was ridiculous.
Yeah,
I don't know why they took them off. Made no sense.
it's a lot of those.
Yeah, there's a few of these. Yeah, go ahead.
And my problem is that with here was like, motherfucker, you just randomly throw your gun and just shoot in an open bar. What the fuck, man?
Oh yeah.
I guess she's that skilled.
Even that, a lot of times was like, wait, I don't think you even understand the situation most of the time. You're just like, and some people just does not like you something, and you just shoot him immediately. It was like, wow, you didn't even try to talk to him.
Yeah. The only thing I can really say with that is just like I'm not interested, which I mean, I guess. But then the things like Atlas talks about how he wants her to rescue his daughter, which she's saying I'm not a babysitter. Then Atlas like uses the fat henchman to kill her bounty that she was taking. So now he's like, now you don't have a bounty. So you kind of have to work for me now. So yeah, that's how she gets convinced.
Great writing, guys.
Oh yeah, the writing is top notch in this. I still can't believe I passed up. So they had a promotional popcorn bucket there, and I didn't get it. I don't think it would have cost me anything. I could have just gotten one.
Oh, the claptrap.
No, it was. Let me see if I can find it. Popcorn bucket. It was the one with just all the symbols and such on it. It was a pretty bland one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I saw like it was like competing with like the Romulus popcorn bucket now.
What did that one look like?
I think that one just has the face hugger over the popcorn bucket.
I've seen a couple. I've seen one that's the face hugger with a container of some kind or a canister.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
And then there's also one that's just a popcorn bucket with the face hugger.
Right.
Yeah. Oh fuck, Alien Romulus. We gotta do that next week.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've heard things. None good.
I've heard a lot of mixed things, but I think that's because of Twitter.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. To be honest, I think that's because Prometheus and Alien Covenant are just read that awful. So
yeah.
Yeah, I fully believe that that's the thing.
Hey, trust me, that guy the person who made this movie not this movie, Alien Romulus, made Don't Breathe 1 and 2. Take that as you will.
They made what? Sorry.
Don't Breathe 1 and 2.
I thought they just made the first one.
Oh, they made twice. Fat also wrote the second one. And also he made the Evil Dead remake and The Girl in the Spiderweb. And he wrote the new Alien film.
Yeah. But yeah, we also talked about the like her first like line is like, "I'm getting too old for this shit."
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
Okay, here's a problem. Why did they just hire her instead of just a lot of people? If you're a corporation that is basically that has like trillions, billions.
I'm not really sure because like the thing is like there's no consistency with the cast. I think the only one that's fine is Krieg, but that's only because like he's wearing a mask and he's a giant. So that's kind of
Yeah.
like yeah, that's already going to be a perfect casting by default. I mean, I guess Ariana Greenblatt isn't that bad as Tiny Tina, but like
Um,
I feel like we'll talk about her in a bit. But yeah, everybody else really doesn't make that much sense. I mean, I guess Jack Black as Claptrap, fine. It's just not the right kind of humor. But yeah, we'll also get to that. But yeah, that's how she gets brought over. Then she talks about how Lilith has like another narration saying that I haven't been on this planet since I was 8. So this film is like really weird in terms of like how old is she? Because like then there's like a bunch of characters who are like not that much older than Kate Blanchett saying like, yeah, I knew your mother. She was like really good. She used to tell me all about you. It's like she's like your age.
uh-huh.
Like especially with Moxie. But yeah. Yeah, so she's on the planet. She's kind of talking around like, have you seen this girl? And she said, oh, the last we saw her was like over there, but you need to take a bus. So yeah, she's on a bus. And this is like the only cameo that I think everybody like who are Borderlands fans liked was Marcus, the bus driver. He was the only one that was like kind of like done well. So I guess it's
Maybe
that.
I'm not sure, but it's like the first thing. Why is a luggage? Why do you deliver a luggage above a bus?
Oh yeah, that was dumb. That was pretty odd.
Yeah.
I was surprised it didn't. That was pretty stupid that it didn't fall off until towards the end.
Yeah, like
Well,
and that was intentional too. So
Yeah, it's not like they just. It's not like he was like, "Oh, I don't want you to like put weapons in my bus." It's like, no, she literally have a gun next to her, the entire when she's on the bus.
no, the guns are fine, but like luggage is not.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. But yeah, after some driving, then reaches to a good junkyard. She camps the night, and then all of a sudden, a robot comes out. She shoots at it, doesn't do anything. But yeah, Claptrap is there, and then he says that he was programmed 36 years ago to help Lilith and only Lilith. He doesn't know who did that command or why they did that command or anything like that. So, yeah.
Why didn't they know that? Fuck.
Yeah, so she randomly goes on a bus, randomly goes to a junkyard, randomly finds Claptrap, the robot that was made 36 years ago to protect her and only her. That's the kind of writing we're dealing with.
oh yeah, I didn't even realize that he said. I just forgot that he said that until then. That he was assigned to her specifically.
Yeah, and trust me, this robot did is really OP.
Oh yeah, it's basically indestructible. And then you see at some point when they have to go through all the psychos, they just use him as bait and sneak around, and then he just sheds off. He literally just sheds off his outer layer.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Uh,
It's basically invincible.
Yeah, then that's where you get the shit joke. Shits out all the bullets.
Oh yeah, that's where the poop joke comes in. Yep.
Well, yeah. So he says like he's able to scan the entire planet to find the last location of anybody she's looking for. So she shows a photo of Tiny Tina, and then he scans, and then he finds that she was found at this particular part, like 53 miles or something like that, like a
No,
long distance away.
it's like 141 walking distance or something. You just have to walk for 141 days.
Yeah. So obviously they need like a transportation. So the
Oh, by the
next
way,
day, yeah, go ahead.
I just gotta say this. Remember this ability where the Claptrap can just scan the entire planet?
Oh yeah, that gets used like never again throughout the whole movie.
No.
Yep.
Just in that scene and never gets used again. Imagine how
Yeah.
useful that would have been.
Oh my god! If they actually use this, they can skip a lot of things.
Yep. It's pretty embarrassing.
Yeah. So yeah, the next day there's like a bunch of raiders. They were kidnapping children, and they just happened to park near the junkyard where Lilith was. So Lilith is on her sniper, and like she shoots the lock to get the kids out. Then she kills the raiders, and then basically steals the car. So again, this is the level of contrivances we're dealing with. So yeah, now they have a vehicle that can drive, and then they drive. That's kind of the thing about this movie. It's like it's not really. It's going from step A to B, and nothing really
Mhm.
complicated is going on. And then they drive, and then there they are with Tiny Tina's lair. Lilith goes inside. She's like saying like how your dad was like tasked us for me to take you home, and then Tiny Tina's like kind of acting it up, saying like, "Oh, it's like I've been waiting for so long," all that stuff, and then there's like a point where like she drops her pen on the ground, and then it's like right near the bonk bonk bunny, and then is like, "Can you pick that up for me?" So she does, and then
Oh yeah, everybody just falls for it.
yeah, and then
Yeah.
realize it's a bomb, and then she runs out, and then Tiny Tina's like all the way up in the higher level by the time she gets out.
How does she just teleports?
Yes.
Wow, that's
No, she actually can teleport, which we learn as a
Oh.
plot point later.
As we learn later, yes. She doesn't
Nice.
know that yet, I guess.
Wow. How did
so
she
yeah,
get up there that quickly?
She probably
forget.
teleported.
No, I forget. There was something. Oh, geez, I can't remember. Jeez, I'm trying to think.
To be honest, there's a lot of problems in this movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, then that's where like Krieg comes in to fight Lilith, and then we kind of talked about.
After she survived all the explosion, by the way.
Oh yeah, she survived an explosion right to the face multiple times. If you think about the ending, you might be able to give that some leeway, although I don't. If you go with the idea that Lilith is superhuman, I don't know though. Seems odd. In the moment, you don't know that though, so you're just sitting there and you're like, wait, what?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so unclear because the end of the movie is like she has to activate some powers to do so. I guess I'm not sure.
Yeah. So that's kind of like one of the other things that my friend wanted me to mention. Like Tiny Tina, she doesn't appear until the second game. So she wasn't in the first game. So obviously it makes sense to streamline it and all this stuff. Though her backstory is like really different in terms of like how it seems like they're making her like the chosen one kind of a thing. But then, spoiler alert, there's like a twist that she actually isn't, which we'll get to. But yeah, like in the game, like she is like pretty zany and all this stuff, but like she also has like a deep rooted trauma that like her parents and her were like captured for enslavement, meant for like mutant creations. Her parents died, and then she escapes. And then she just swore like her own vengeance against like the guy that killed her parents. But yeah, like there's it's one of those characters like she's like really quirky, but like she's like pretty traumatized on the inside. You don't really get that, which I'm not really expecting much at this point.
Nope.
But yeah, that was just something he wanted me to mention. Yeah. Then like I've seen the interview. Ariana Greenblatt was saying like she was just told by Eli Roth like just act like Harley Quinn.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me see if I can find that.
Which
Where did
Harley
you see
Quinn?
She said it in it was like a BTS kind of a thing. That was also the same one where Kevin Hart said he wanted to play an action role.
I mean, mate, you have Jumanji movies.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And like, I mean, Hollywood doesn't really understand Harley Quinn to begin with, so I'm not really surprised.
Yeah, it's this isn't. I mean, I need. Yeah, I find it as well, Harley Quinn. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, found it. Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn.
Figures.
That makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah. That's just basically what she was told. I'm not really gonna fault her for that.
I mean, she's pretty
Um,
good. She's a pretty good actress. I mean, we've seen her in Infinity War.
And Ahsoka.
I mean, I also seen her in Stuck in the Middle with Jenna Ortega. So
Yeah.
she can act.
She's been doing it for a while. But yeah, yeah. So this whole Krieg fight is going on.
Oh, by the way, why did the Kree only appear now if he wants to protect Tiny Tina? Wouldn't he appear right after the car is right there?
You need the epic reveal.
Is that so cool, like the games? I think.
Yeah. Yes, and then Tiny Tina's also throwing like a bunch of bombs overhead as well.
Hey, this is like a mini boss.
Yeah, the movie doesn't really have boss battles like that. But yeah, then all of a sudden, so then eventually Lilith gets up there, saying like, I'm gonna take you now. And then all of a sudden, Atlas shows up with a bunch of people.
Right on cue. How the fuck did you find them? And
Yeah.
what are you? Yeah.
So later we learned that they have he has a tracker on Lilith.
Well, that makes everything worse. And by the
Yeah.
way, do you realize that the lady is the only one with a flying thing?
There's like 3 of those actually, which
Yeah.
it still won't make sense for something that happens later. So, she's tasked to take the girl, and it's already weird because like it's very hostile, which Lilith was supposed to take Tina too. So if Atlas is like having a squadron to also capture Tina, then why would you hire a bounty hunter?
Because we need the plot.
Yeah. And that's kind of the other thing too. That's kind of the other thing too with like what I was talking about Tiny Tina. Like, so she isn't like the chosen one in the games, if you can understand that. So Atlas is also an OC.
Oh, wait, really?
Yeah. The main villain in the games was Handsome Jack, who's it seemed like they were probably trying not to use him as the villain so that they can perhaps use him in a sequel. That's never gonna happen now.
I mean, you could just use some smaller villains, like I actually don't know because before you
There are
because
like
like
the twins, Pain and Dur.
Hmm.
They actually apparently they actually had the actor Penn Jillette. He was supposed to cameo to oversee a wedding, but like they didn't include them in the scene in the movie.
yeah.
Oh, but yeah, yeah, that was just something that kind of popped up. Yeah, Atlas was just really boring, one dimensional.
Yeah, because my first thought is like, wait, isn't that that the name of isn't that the title of the movie from this year starring Jennifer, what's it called? One of Ben Affleck's ex.
Jennifer Garner,
No,
Yeah,
not
Jennifer
not that
Garner.
one. No, not that
Jennifer
one.
Lopez.
Yeah, Jennifer
Yeah.
Lopez.
Yeah, there's a lot of Jennifers. Uh, yeah, yeah. Yeah. So I guess like just to like kind of Handsome Jack is like one of your. He is an over the top villain, but like he's like really sadistic in terms of like the way he goes about killing and in terms of like his humor related to it. Um. So yeah, naturally Atlas has none of that. Um. Yeah, but
Uh,
and then it's like because there was this whole idea of like doing a Borderlands cinematic universe, having sequel films, having spin-off TV shows, things like that. So yeah, that's not gonna happen now.
nope. The approach sounds like the Fantastic movie, where they just made everything so lifeless because the director
Yep.
is it's like bonkers, and then the studio has to step in to do something with it because some really fucked up thing happened behind the scenes. I mean, I
Yeah,
don't even.
sorry, go ahead.
No, just continue.
It says back in 2011 that Randy Pitchford, who owned Gearbox at the time, was pitching the idea of a cinematic universe for Borderlands.
Yeah, yeah. It's like I don't know. Like I've seen like more people talk about it. It's like if they're going to do something like with that, it's like probably just use it in animation. I don't think it works in live action. Like if anybody were willing to give it the benefit of the doubt. I mean,
Yeah.
I could see that. Like look at Arcane, for example.
Or Edge Runner, people said it's good.
People really like Edge Runner as well.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, and also the fact that we're gonna have the animated Lara Croft animated show, which is gonna be set after the games.
yeah, and speaking of that guy,
Yeah, I don't blame the studio. By the way, it's like
no. Randy
it's like
Pitchford is kind of a bitch. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, he's a piece of shit.
yeah, it's like
He's on Twitter like blocking anybody that attacks the film.
Didn't he get fired from Gearbox as well? I'm pretty sure he's been fired.
I am not familiar.
yeah.
Fired.
Oh, yeah, I was like, it's like the Fantastic situation. That studio was like, "What, dude? What the fuck is this director doing? He hates the cast. He makes everyone uncomfortable. He's actually harassing everyone." I was like, "Of course he's gonna fire you and try to replace you." I was
Yeah,
like,
and then there's like a Sony not a Lionsgate CEO like it's a tale of two stories with these two. It's like one of them is just like, dude, just watch the movie, just give it a chance. Like it's like we promise it's not set in the games universe. Just watch the movie, please. And then the other one is like, oh, fuck you for not liking this movie. I'm gonna block you. So yeah, that's kind of funny.
"Yep." To be honest, if it's Tim Miller, that's gonna be even funnier. What did Tim Miller said again?
Tim Miller hasn't said anything.
Uh,
I for the best, I think.
Good, because after what he said for Darth Fate, that was it's better to just shut up.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Randy Pitchford stepped down from. I think he stepped down from CEO a bit ago.
Yeah. So yeah, the whole Atlas stuff. They again is like you hire a bounty hunter to get Tina, but then you also have your own group, Atlas. The extras basically. So it's like, what's the point of getting the bounty hunter who could like change her morals on a dime? Don't know. But that's what causes the conflict. So now there's a chase scene.
By the way, do you
But
remember
before
that?
that happens, Roland drives in just in time.
Yeah.
Get in. It's like,
Some
so
he's
yeah.
just here. And by the way, do you see that? Do you see that the evil villain, the woman, just literally just throws a bomb in her car, after she just instead of just throwing it away, he just throws it in her car.
Yeah. So yeah, they get in the car. There's a chase scene. There's a bunch of shooting, and the thing is, like, there was a clear direction: do not kill the girl, and they keep shooting at the car.
Yay! Because
So yeah,
we need some pew pew. If not, it's not fun.
yeah. This film is a mix of like Guardians, Mad Max, Captain Marvel at the end,
I don't know. I'd
Return of the
say
Jedi at the end.
Basically,
that felt like Dark Phoenix for me.
Yeah. But her powers are kind of like binary, especially when she rams into the ship at the end.
Yeah.
That same way, but yeah. So yeah, there's a chase scene. They get to a point where they're pinned on all fours.
Yeah, and by the way, we learned. By the
But
way,
then
the reason why
go
we
ahead.
skip so much is because we learn literally nothing about them during all the action sequences.
No,
I mean,
no.
nope. And
All
I
we
mean,
learned is that Roland was a soldier. Now he's rogue.
yay, go. And by the
Why
way,
is he rogue? Don't know. Oh, apparently he fucked the Atlas general.
okay, that was a fun thing to know. By the way, why don't you just command people to just use get the gun turret and stuff? You using it while you're the driver, and then you just literally just like, oh hey robot, drive it.
Who they tried to leave behind, which is kind of fair. Oh, yeah.
and the robot can outrun a car.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah. Then they get pinned on all fours. Then Roland's like, "All right, hang on. We're gonna do something kind of disgusting." So yeah, they turn left and they go into a valley of piss.
That's so funny. Piss.
oh yeah, there's literal just pee and poo jokes in this. It's amazing.
Yay.
Yeah, like Tiny Tina's like opening the window. It's like close the window. Why do I want to do that? And then there's a burst where all the urine goes in her mouth.
Wow.
There's pee in my mouth.
Ew. Funny. By the way, do you realize that that's probably because your rooftop is opened? Why don't you just close that?
Oh yeah, they keep asking her to close the window.
Yeah.
Scene.
Yeah, and then I have a reference, but because Tiny Tina's not exactly of age, so underage pee joke. Insert that. I'm sure they didn't think about that. But yeah. Yeah, so they just drive through. There's like a monster in there, but they go up a ramp, an obligatory ramp, and then fire a missile into its mouth, jumps right through it. No danger.
What is writing, right? I was like, how does that even physics anyway? You just put some bombs and it just ram through the monster. And by the way, oh fuck, they have rockets. They have rockets the entire time. They could just use that to escape.
Oh
all
yeah,
the
that's
enemies.
true.
The only thing is, like, I guess you have to be in the air for the rockets to come out of it, but like, that's super convenient. But yeah. And then also, as we talked about, the lady has a flying vehicle. There's actually 3 flying vehicles. So
Is that-
they don't chase after. I guess they were just that disgusted by the P Valley.
that what? Why?
Yeah, I guess they just don't.
Oh shit! It's not like you have a flying vehicle that you can just fly higher, fly up if you want to avoid the smell. Hey,
And
that's
honestly, like it as like this car shows, you can kind of drive through it. It's not toxic. It's not dangerous as it seems.
yeah. Just do it. Just
Yeah. So I don't
ram
know.
through it.
They just don't chase after. But then yeah, that's where they're off of the edge now. They're kind of having this conversation like, why do they want you so bad? It's like, oh, because Tina is like, she's like half Iridian or something. She's Iridian or something like that. So they want her to open this portal. Open this vault. That's why she doesn't want to go. So then and then like
Yeah.
Lilith is like decides to like stick with them.
Yeah, for some reason. I was like, what the fuck? You're a bounty hunter.
She's a bounty hunter with morals.
I
I mean,
guess.
I guess. I mean, because you shoot people in the bar publicly without concerning any innocent people.
Nope.
Hey, that was another thing that my friend was saying. Like when you were in the bus scene with Marcus talking about like the Vault Hunter, all that stuff, and then she's like, "I'm not a Vault Hunter. I'm a bounty hunter." The thing is, like, what he found funny is like, the thing is, she is a Vault Hunter in the games, not a bounty hunter. So, yeah. So it was funny to him that like you say, "Oh, I'm not that character from the games. I'm somebody else."
Uh-huh.
So
Hey, why do we do that? Maybe,
Subversive.
yay. Because we seen the Mandalorian, and that movie has a father and a person taking care of a children. Let's do that.
yeah. That yeah. The thing is like I knew the second like they showed the two of them together. So this is gonna be protect the cargo. The cargo's a kid
Yep. And
scenarios.
and Kevin Hart was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna trust you instead just shoot you."
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you can just argue that because he's helpful the entire time, so he doesn't want to kill her. But it's like, but you still shouldn't trust her.
Yeah, no, there's no room for that. Yeah, so they head into town. But there's like a bunch of wanted posters and all that stuff, so they need to disguise themselves. So
Holy shit, that was fast. A bunch of wanted posters.
yeah, so they got a bunch of hologram faces, which is like,
Oh, Jesus, not the holograms.
Nope.
okay, you wouldn't wear a hologram face if you're innocent, right? So
I mean, you
I
can.
think
we
they
can wear
showed a
mask for
bunch of
any reason.
people.
they
I
showed
thought it
other.
did-
They did show other
they
people
did.
wearing it too, so it's not just them. And the thing is, like with Pandora, that was another thing my friend was mentioning too, in terms of like the lore. You don't really get that sense. Like Pandora is supposed to be like this lawless planet in that sense, like where anything goes. And there's all these like factions of like people that are like up against each other and all this stuff. So that's kind of like the appeal to the games. It's like you versus everybody else kind of a thing. You don't really get too much about Pandora in terms of the planet, in terms of its world building.
Yeah, it feels
Oh,
like
yeah.
It feels like Fallout. The show Fallout, if anything, was like, oh, it's an empty wasteland with stuff with like weird stuff happening. That's basically the vibe, which is weird because because what I heard is like the Fallout show is not accurate to the original Fallout. It's only accurate to how Bethesda Fallout portrays it.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
yeah, I mean
the thing is that that show is canon to the games, I believe.
fuck.
I don't think Borderlands is.
Yeah,
Oh.
no, this, yeah. According
No,
to
they
the
can't. There's
Lionsgate
no
CEO,
shot.
it's not.
Yeah, basically it's like in the actual Fallout lore, it's not really the post-apocalypse, it's the post-apocalypse, like 100 years after the apocalypse. So the civilizations are building again, just like weird ways that they can own, in like ways they could try. But so it's like, so the show really retcons that. I mean, only seen episode 1 so far, and I hated it. It's really
Oh,
bad.
you must have heard a lot from the one guy, X Effect in Highmark.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, as we're talking about Fallout, you know, the movie Borderlands had like 0% of Rotten Tomatoes, and then all of a sudden it got like 7 because
And then we looked.
somebody said they were reminded about Fallout, and that's why they thought it was good. So
First,
you
it
know,
was Grace Randolph.
It was Grace
saying
Randolph. Yeah.
the Kate Blanchett thing, and just being crazy as usual. And then it was just other reviews after that. It's just so funny to me that I looked on there and I was like, oh wow, of course, Grace Randolph's review.
Who else
Yeah.
but Randolph?
Who else?
Yeah, of course. But seriously, I do not understand why the audience even like the Fallout show.
But you see, it's like it's Guardians and Fallout together, so it's good.
I mean, I like Guardians. I hate Fallout.
Look, man, Fallout has Ella Purnell. Let's not beat around the bush.
That's a good point.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. She's nice. I mean, she distracted the fact that they nuke Shady Sands because Hank is a bitch. No, I'm serious. The reason why Shady Sands, the strongest organization in Fallout, is destroyed is because Hank is mad that her wife brought his daughter and his brother to Shady Sands. So she nuked it.
Yep.
You see how it's funny how like there's more to say about these other things and not Borderlands?
Because Borderlands is just
there really is nothing to say.
No, because it was basically what I expected it would be when I watched it. And then it's also just all the same kind of writing crap that's been the same crap with the writing that's been happening the past decade at this point. Nothing new.
Then so they go through the town, and then Roland's like he knows somebody that could like keep them on the down low, and then they go to Moxie, which Moxie seemed to have like closed doors in her club, I guess.
Wait, oh yeah. I want to mention this. Why do they even need to bother going to Moxie when they have a drone that can scan the entire planet?
She's a character from the games. We need to see her. So yeah, so they go in, and then all of a sudden, there is a Atlas soldier there, played by Bobby Lee of all people, which is kind of funny because he was accused of sexual misconduct recently.
Yeah, like Bill
like just a few months ago, yeah.
Just like Bill DiMaio today.
Yeah.
That was
for X-Men 97. Yeah, there's a lot of people who can't keep their hands to themselves.
Nope.
But yeah, so for some reason, Roland thinks it's a great idea to turn off his face hologram.
Jesus Christ.
And talks to him face to face. To Atlas,
so
I'm not going to snitch on you. I'm not going to snitch on you. He's like the least suspicious guy. So that happens, and then
Moxie just tased him.
Moxie tases him, so they had to run.
By the way, I just gotta say this because there's an idea of an arc for Lilith in this movie that they mentioned this. So it's like, she just mentions like, oh, I'm friends with your mom, and you should want to know what happened here, blah blah blah.
Yeah, and it's like, again, all I can think about is like, you're only like 6 years older than her. I don't know what this means, but it
Yeah.
is what it is.
What?
Oh, it's like Moxie's like out in front of your mom's. It's like you're only 6 years older than
Lilith.
Lilith.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but
It's
either way,
yeah.
yeah. So she's like, she says you're destined to do great things. It becomes important later in the flashback.
Yeah. So why
So
don't
yeah,
you
just
just
keep this in mind.
why don't she just tell her why is she important and shit?
Oh, it's because we need the flashback
Yay.
to tell the audience.
How convenient.
Yeah, so they run.
By the
Apparently
way,
they're. Yeah, go ahead.
all because Moxie didn't close the door. Like I'm serious, she didn't close the door, and some soldier outside spotted them.
No. That's the. That's the second time. That's the second time. The first time was because Bobby Lee was being super suspicious, and then she tases him to that point. The second time was like when after they find the next character from the games, Dr. Tannis, played by Jamie Lee Curtis for some reason.
Oh yeah.
And and then apparently is like who this is a situation like where Roland is like, okay, that location didn't work. Here's another person I know that could keep us down low, and it's like, oh, I know her too. It's like, okay, so
Yeah.
Lilith, you know everybody.
Wow. This
You
is
know everybody
supposed
that I know.
this is
How
supposed to
convenient is that?
this is supposed to be a wasteland like Fallout, and somehow everyone just nearby. And fun fact, one of the sidekicks for Moxie is played by Jessica Negro. Why isn't she Moxie?
Yeah, that was what my friend was saying. It was just kind of it was pretty distracting because like you see Moxie and then you see her underling played by Jessica Nigiri, and like she's more age accurate to Moxie. She looks more like Moxie in comparison, so it's like that. And then he also found it super annoying when it's like when they actually showed the mother, Lilith's mother, played by Haley Bennett, who was like 36. So it's like she's not 22, but like she's definitely more age closer than Kate Blanchett. So it's like she should have been Lilith at that point. So that was like what my friend was saying was kind of annoying. The film like had like accurate castings in there. There were just extras. But yeah. So and then apparently Tannis is like this estranged foster mother. Lilith is upset with her for some reason.
Oh,
They
by the
don't-
way,
they don't really go too deep into that.
wait, do you realize how stupid that how to unlock the lockets? Like, okay, so Moxie said the password is echo. So they say echo and it doesn't work. And it's like the tiny Tina was like, maybe we should have portray like an echo. It's like echo, echo, echo.
Yeah, and then
it
it works.
I was like, Moxie, why don't we just tell them that? You have to echo like an echo. Just say echo and then keep echo.
But we need Tiny Tina to do something.
Hey, she's the key, right?
Yeah.
Did somebody have the dogs out today?
What's up?
No, I think that's just Burger.
Okay.
Burger has someone there.
What?
Oh, it's like I don't know if you had to do something or.
Yeah, someone keeps coming in to ask me stuff.
Oh, it's okay. My favorite part of this movie is when they found the border and proceeded. So this is the Borderlands. Before the
Oh yeah,
credits
they
roll.
did. I think. Oh no.
Wow.
They might as well.
Oh.
Yeah. So Tannis is saying that. By the way, Tannis is also supposed to be in her 30s, in the games as well. So yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis. By the way.
Yeah.
But so yeah.
I mean, I can believe that this could be Kate Blanchett's mother, friend. Then
Yeah, that's true. But I will say though, it's like, didn't Jamie Lee Curtis turn down One Piece because of this?
I'm not sure. I need to look at it.
You might have.
Because I know like people have been fan casting Jamie for a long time for One Piece, and then now they have the time to adapt that character, and Jamie was not able to do it, so they had to recast with somebody else.
Give me a second. Let me check just in case. Okay. Why is that? Okay, because I think. Oh no, I think it's because of Freaky Friday 2.
Oh yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah. Though it's like not everything needs a sequel, but you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, I need to watch the first Freaky Friday just to see how bad it could be.
Yeah. So Tannis is saying like, you know, we need to get these keys to open the vault. So we need the MacGuffin to open the thing. So yeah, so she knows the location of one of them, which is in a underground maze occupied by a tribe of psychos. These are enemy types in the game, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, they managed to take. Okay, so in order to get to this point, though, it's the next day. Oh, I guess before that, Lilith and Tiny have like Tiny Tina like have a conversation on the roof saying, "You're special. No, you're special."
No,
It's
you.
like, no, this script is special.
Oh, it is special. All right.
It is special.
Yeah, so that's just kind of the thing, and then like you have Tiny Tina has like the one thing like it's like, oh, like I'm not a real person. I was genetically created in a lab. From
Oh yeah,
Meridian
that
blood.
just happens.
It just
Hey,
doesn't
Bring
really
that
go
up again.
anywhere.
No.
I mean, and it's like, oh, I can actually unlock everything. Yeah, why do you put it in a child again? Why don't you just put it in a robot?
Well, you gotta wait for that because you know, remember there's a twist.
Yep, but this is just copying Rocket Raccoon and Guardians.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, in the BTS as well, Eli Roth mentions the Guardians like about 6 times.
Oh, he does. Wow.
Yeah, like with like, you know, not like in a row, but like throughout his BTS, like
Yeah.
he mentions Guardians a lot.
Oh yeah, I love Guardians. Don't get me wrong, and love
Yeah.
Rocket.
The thing is, like, team movies do not have to just be the Guardians. Like, I don't know why this is like a guideline now. It's like there's you know there's plenty of team movies before that like multiple actors in one sitting in one group and like
Yeah, just an ensemble group.
like an ensemble cast basically
Yeah.
that isn't really Guardians. Or it's like they didn't invent this concept. I don't know why this is like kind of the.
I guess it's because Borderlands. Well, I guess Borderlands is slightly more humorous
Yeah,
than something like an Avengers.
Borderlands does have like a comic booky feel. Like if you ever look at the gameplay, like it does feel like it's like artwork coming onto the screen or something like that
Yeah.
when you play it. There's all these like colors and bombastic kind of lights and all that stuff, which the movie has none of.
Nope.
You know, the whole looter shooter aspect, which they don't really do that with the guns at all.
Nope.
The only gun thing you have is like Kate Blanchett like spins the gun sometimes, or like her shooting thing like spins like a turret, but that's about it. There's like no special guns or anything like that.
Yeah, and I think she doesn't even use this. She just forgot she has a sniper the entire movie as well. I was like, actually, what did the sniper
Yeah.
do?
Guns just sort of disappear throughout the movie from time to time.
Oh, right. I forgot about that one. That comment.
I'm baffled that Spaceballs ripped off the beginning of the Scorsese masterpiece.
Yeah. So what he means is this part, where Kevin Hart is wearing a mask, and it was like, and he was just really intimidating voice, and then he just takes it off. I was like, I can't breathe in this mask. Basically the joke in Spaceballs.
Yeah. So yeah, the dumb thing. Claptrap is
dumb
just
thing.
yeah. Which one? Yeah, Claptrap is just going around the city, despite everybody has wanted posters, and he's just strolling around, and then all of a sudden goes right in front of the bar, where the general is like interrogating as to like where did these guys go. Bobby Lee's like, oh, they were here, I swear. And then Claptrap is like right there, and the general sees him, so it's like, oh, they're still in the city. So now, yeah. So if only Claptrap just stayed inside, they wouldn't have been caught.
But
Mm-mm.
you see, then we wouldn't get a film. We wouldn't have a
Mhm.
film. So,
Yeah. So they're like, so Claptrap goes back. He's like, they found our location. How'd they do that? I may have been out there when I shouldn't have. Oh, okay.
yeah. Wait, okay.
Yeah, so then Tannis is like, okay, so here's a way we can escape. So they get into the back of a garbage truck.
Just use some
And
Nazi shit.
yeah. Yeah. And then, that's that. And then they end up at the underground caves.
Wait, how did the Wizard of Oz, which is also about a group of people, which is a group of unique people who is flawed, broken, wanted something, a much better movie than this one, and that movie is made in like 80 years ago.
Which?
The Wizard of Oz.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, so they end up in the underground maze. So they go inside. We talked about how that plan. There's all the psychos there with guns, and it's like there's like 16 million possibilities. If any of you go out there, you're all gonna die. So you didn't consider the one possibility. Which one? It's like you, and then Claptrap is put in there.
Oh fuck! I know that reference from Infinity War.
Oh yeah, 16 million. I guess I didn't really think about that.
It's true.
Hey, I mean, that is such a great reason. I mean, it's not like you also have a GPS system, a walking, talking GPS system. You can just find another way. Oh wait, you have.
Yeah, no. But we need the shit joke. It was all for a shit
You
joke.
needed it.
Yeah, and
Yeah, so as we talked about, they do sneak around.
that's an acid portal because that's an acid stuff. They just like and here's the thing: is like Claptrap was like, I don't want to go there. I was like, because there's a lot of dark stuff. I'm just gonna go back. I was like, cool. Why? I thought you're programmed to just protect Lilith, and why aren't you? If you are that scared already, you should have left already. Left the mission. But no, we just have to do a kick him down the floor joke, which I see it coming from a mile away.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then they go into like this room of boxes, which some people would think, oh, they're finally gonna loot something. No, it's just a bunch of boxes, empty boxes. But there's only one box that has something of value, which is the key. Which how did they find it? Well, Lilith was walking around, and then she just had what Finn calls a feeling, and yeah, she found a box and she found the key, right where it was. She doesn't know how to explain how she found it. Lucky, I guess. You can say that.
Yeah, it's only not lazy writing.
Yeah. Of course, it does get explained later, but we'll get to that.
Wait! I just realized. Didn't you say that the robot can calculate 16 million possibilities? That's like a really OP shit to do. Why didn't the robot do that the entire time?
The robot has to be stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we need Jack Black to just make him funny. You like him in Kung Fu Panda, right? Laugh.
Yeah. So then a psycho just comes in, and then a bunch of them come in, and then you have another action scene. The action is really shit in this movie.
Oh yeah, it's very
Um,
incoherent. You can barely see.
Honestly,
what's
it's
happening.
like I had this feeling, and my friend had this feeling as well. It's like it just feels like this. It wanted to be rated R so bad.
It did. Yeah, if you look at the production stuff, they did want it to be rated R at some point.
Yeah.
The stunt coordinator said that scenes depicting heads being blown up and feet being cut off were cut due to maintain a PG-13 rating. So yeah,
Yeah, because I know the games are like I don't think they're M, but like they do have like stuff like that.
Yeah. What? So
Oh, it is
why-
M.
It is. Oh. So there are like boobs and stuff.
Well,
Damn it. So yeah, it's like to be
yeah,
honest,
mature humor, strong language, blood
I
and
don't-
gore, intense
don't-
violence, that
I
kind of
don't-
reasoning.
I don't get. I mean, I hate Deadpool, but okay. There's a lot of R-rated movies that earn $1 billion, like Joker. Deadpool,
Yeah.
Wolverine. Okay, I'm not gonna use that as example because that has a lot of meta hype there.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's like there's a lot of horror movies that earns like a lot more than this, and they're R-rated.
yeah. I mean, I don't think it would save this film, but I just feel like in terms of the action, it's like it clearly looks like it wanted to be R in terms of the action scenes at the very least.
Yeah, it's
Um,
It's like trying to be the Fallout show. I mean, that show is rated R with boobs and bloods, but
Yeah. But yeah, the fight scene happens. There's like things going on. Characters are charactering. Things are happening. And then it gets to a point where they have to get on the elevator to escape. Everybody goes in. Roland's like, it's got to be me. I got to stay behind. And then Tiny
Yeah.
Tina, like, there's no arc here, so you didn't really feel like he was going to die.
no, I
He
mean,
doesn't die, by the way.
yeah, it's weird because I was like, can you just fix it and just run to the elevator? I'm not sure.
Yeah, because like the thing is, like he connects the wire together, but he doesn't even hold on to it to show like he needs to hold the connection for the wire to work. So it's like if that was like if they at least showed that, it's like okay. But then I would just wonder, does Claptrap have a thing that could like seal the wire on Roland's hand so that he doesn't have to hold on to it? I don't know. I didn't, but then again, I didn't see a tool of that could be useful. So maybe not. Maybe it does. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
But yeah, but Tiny Tina gives a bonk bonk to Roland, and then Roland is basically having his heroic sacrifice kind of thing where he throws it, kills a lot of psychos, but then he's got to keep shooting because there's still a lot more. It gets to a
Yeah.
point where he is dogpiled, looking like he's dead. And then I guess we'll come back to it because it cuts back later, like after where the team goes. But yeah, it cuts back to him. He's like, everybody's down. He's fine.
wow, that was. I mean, I think that is supposed to be his death scene, but they reshoot everything.
That has to be a reshoot, or it's like there's a deleted scene.
Yeah,
But like, there's no way there could be a deleted scene because like, there's no way that Kevin Hart just like survived all that.
yeah, or it could be a delete scene, but it's also lazy writing. This entire movie is lazy writing.
oh yeah.
Yeah, and then meanwhile for the other group, they're going up. But like before they can explode out of the place, it turns out that Tina can use her teleporting power.
Okay, by the way, why is the elevator designed like this? You just launch people up in the air and just kill them.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess she like supercharged the elevator to make it go farther than normal.
Oh yeah, I thought the
But
elevator just broke or
She did
something.
tinker around with it. I think.
I'm not sure. It's so confusing.
Yeah. So they another important piece of dialogue that will become relevant later is that Tannis has a conversation. Well, one, they just said, "Oh, you can teleport." Yeah. Can you control it? No. Okay. That's great. Another America Chavez.
Hmm.
But yeah, then Tannis was telling Lilith that like, oh, the thing is, we don't really know about the keys stuff. Like, I don't know if we have to kill the girl in order to open the vault. Which Lilith is like, no, we can't do that.
What a yeah, that was rush. I was like, wait, you suddenly care about them now?
Yeah, and it's like, I don't know. Then there's like this conversation where Lilith actually hears a ping. A drone followed her in saying like, we had a tracker on you the whole time. Cool.
Okay, it didn't act like this because why did no one actually follow Lilith or anyone? I mean, they should know that they're escaping town in the garbage truck if you have a tracker on them.
The whole time.
The whole time.
Yeah,
Jeez.
and like Lilith is like, damn, I knew I should have threw this away.
No shit.
What? Yeah.
Like I like she said that too. I was like, oh my god, why did you have her say this too? It's like it'd be better not to know. It's like, oh yeah, I knew it. I should have threw it away back when I got it. Oh my god. And then yeah. So Tiny Tina here is part of the conversation. So she assumes that Lilith is gonna betray the team. So she throws a bomb at her face. I thought it was a flash grenade, but no, it's a regular bomb. So yeah, that doesn't kill her.
Yeah, it's that
Claptrap
feels
is celebrating because he thought she was actually dead.
like-
So.
But yeah,
that-
he keeps making jokes about her wishing she was dead the entire movie. Doesn't get old at all after a while.
True.
No
That
shot.
feels like yeah. Just continue. Okay. I just realized that feels like Kenobi.
There's a lot of references
Yeah.
for the last 9 years, like this
Yeah.
production.
Yeah, I remember like in episode 2 where Leia saw a hologram, just part of the hologram. I was like, wait, why are you talking to Tim? You must be a kidnapper. And he just runs away.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like in terms of the reshoots from Tim Miller, I feel like he's like, what, let's take the references that we've seen from previous movies in the last 9 years and let's just put them in here. Call it a day. The 16 million, the part of the message from Kenobi. Yeah, there's a lot of those.
The Fallout stuff.
The Dark Phoenix and Captain Marvel stuff.
I mean, also the Fallout locations. Let's be real, those are Fallout.
Well, to be fair, Pandora does look like this in the sense of like it does look like a big junkyard. But yeah, again, we kind of talked about how Pandora is not really fleshed out in terms of like its own characterization.
Yeah.
For this movie.
By the way, do you think that they reshoot a lot of the jokes from Claptrap?
The thing is, like, it's ADR. So if they were to do anything, they could like just edit it in, and you won't be able to tell since the thing is CGI anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah. So the thing is, after Lilith wakes up, she kind of walks around. I don't know how she ended up. Apparently, she ended up in her old home back when she was 8 years old. I don't know how she knew this or how she remembered this.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or I don't know because it just cuts and like she's already there. Again, it seems like something was deleted in terms of this, but yeah, she's just there, and then she looks through, and then she sees an artwork of a girl with wings, and then Claptrap realizes that he recognizes this location, and upon seeing that photo too, he blacks out and then puts a hologram image of.
Oh yeah, the hologram just happened.
Hey, yeah. So what does it say? Does it say?
Which we talked about Haley Bennett playing the mother, who my friend was saying like that should have been Lilith the entire time. But yeah, go ahead.
No, I just reminds me of the hologram Kenobi. It's like, I know we said no. I know we said no communication, but your silence has worried me.
Yeah, so she's basically saying like I had to send you away because it was dangerous. But like you're like because you're the true daughter of Iridia, which that part wasn't said out loud, but like that's what we learn later. But yeah, so that's kind of part of the message that makes her very special.
Yep. So anyone has anything to say about this? I have a lot.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, we're at that part now.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to go first?
No, you can go ahead. You can start. I can bounce off of that.
Okay. So we were in a watch party in my server, and we were like watching this, and we watched a flashback. It was like, and okay, so Haley Bennett carries Lilith, the young Lilith, and run to Moxie, and she just runs away. I was like, we were like, wait, what the fuck? You can just jump. You can just leave with them.
She can't.
Why?
She can't.
Oh yeah, no explanation. She just can't.
Yeah.
Because
I know this is kind of obvious, but like yeah, this is not Lilith's characterization in the games.
no.
This
No.
whole like you're the chosen one thing, like no, like none of this is
Yeah.
like this whole flashback about the Firehawk, which the Firehawk is actually just a gun. Not she does have flaming wings as well, but it's like that's like she has like a level of magic. It's not because she's a daughter of Iridia, from what I understand.
Yep. So that's my first problem. My second problem is, why the fuck do you program the fact that a robot can only activate this message when you see a painting in her house?
A house that wasn't destroyed 36 years ago.
Yeah. If only
Or
just have a
ravaged or like scoured across. Because it is a lawless planet, so anybody could just rob it.
Yep. I mean, does this planet? Do you actually have a feeling that this planet is actually, a scavenge planet? Because it doesn't have a lot of looming. It just plays lip service for that.
No, it does play lip service to that. That's
Oh, Red disappeared.
What?
Red
Oh,
disappeared.
shoot.
So yep. Okay, don't worry about it. We can talk more about it. So yeah, it's a lot. So yeah, there's a lot of problems, but we can just bounce off something else.
Yeah. So I think right now we're at the whole flashback thing here.
Yeah, we're just gonna drag a bit and then until wait for his return.
Alrighty.
So
So let's see. I'm trying to remember what happened with the flashback because I was mainly hung up on her powers at the ending.
yeah, so
it's like
it's okay. So she sees the hologram and she just cries because I'm the special one. Okay. So not only that, the Atlas guy just sends her a bounty hunter for no reason. She sends the most special bounty hunter as well. What are the odds?
yeah.
Of yeah, it's a lot of those, and just like that, just like that, she just saw a hologram, and it's like she just noticed she can do stuff. Okay, so
Yeah, I forget how exactly the whole she starts flying and using shield. I forget how that all starts. I think no, she uses. Oh yeah, that's crazy. So she gets used as the key. She figures out she's the key, and she steps on the platform thing, I think, or whatever it is, and then her powers come out
yeah,
somehow.
but here's the thing: she can do teleportation beforehand. So I was like, wait, how do
Yeah.
you do? So how do you do the teleportation? So how do you learn to do that? The hologram also just explains that actually you can just do this by just doing this. I was like, wait, how do you know that?
The stupid part about it is that when you think about it, she should have probably known that she was the one who teleported it, because you'd probably. I think there should have been some way that she'd know that. I feel like it wouldn't be some kind of mystery of who did it.
No, oh yeah, there's a lot of like flash. I think is this scene the one with a flashback? Like oh, it's like wait, how do you activate this key? I don't know. It's like you're special. Yeah, is it this scene or a scene later? Because I just don't remember it. Yeah, it's weird because every time she's close to the stone, it should be lighting up. I mean, all they have to do is just like just toss around the key, and they just realize, hey, why do you light up a key? Why can't I do that?
Yeah,
So
that whole thing just went to crap. It was a huge mess once they introduced that.
yeah, and now you just realize, wait, what's the point of the girl again? She can unlock traps, so she's the key. I guess so. Why isn't she? Well, that doesn't make any sense because you actually established a logical reason why she could unlock that, and actually she couldn't, and it's just this girl for some reason.
Yeah, doesn't make any real sense.
Oh,
Yeah, the
shit.
ending just baffled me. Wait, what?
Don't worry, just continue. I'm just talking to Red because he has some issues.
Oh, he's having issues in his head.
Yeah, don't
Well,
just continue.
Yeah, the entire ending there just baffled me because it seriously just wrecks the whole. It wrecks the whole plot because it introduces. Yeah, the whole twist just destroyed it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Oh shit! Because Red can't get in for some reason. Fuck.
Huh.
Yeah, Red can't get in.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean he's the only one who can close the stream and stuff.
Let me try and. You could send him a link to this.
Yeah, I can try.
Get him back in.
Yeah, let me try. Let me try to do something. Oh shit. I just send him the link again.
That should work now.
There we go.
Nice. Yeah.
Back.
So, yeah, we're still in the scene because we're just talking about how does the scene not make any sense.
Oh yeah, we're at the ending with the whole plot twist element.
Yeah, it's just like how much it contradicts and stuff.
Yeah.
There's even like clear signs of it, and there just weren't.
Oh, did you talk about how Tiny Tina is not the chosen one?
Yeah, that I was like, wait, how does that work?
Yeah, so she was made out of clone blood, and even after all that, she's still not the chosen one. Kind of crazy.
Wow.
That would be pretty demoralizing, but guess not.
Yeah, and she was like, "Oh, I'm not chosen one." Oh, okay.
But I am Lilith.
Yeah.
Yeah. But before that all happens, apparently the whole Atlas team was there. They just holographed the entire mountain, and like the team and everything, like the whole canyon, like the like AI, whatever. Or something. I don't know. It's like, yeah, they were there the whole time watching, like Tiny Tina trying to make this work and it didn't work.
My question is, wait, why do you finish chase and just wait here. Just wait here and they will just come here and you can arrest them yourself.
And then, not to mention, why are you here? Because don't you want to protect yourself so that you don't die? But it's okay. He's wearing plot armor in his suit. Like, yeah, it just has like a battery that makes him invulnerable, basically.
Oh no! If only.
Oh yeah, he just had. Oh yeah, the battery. He just has that as well.
Yeah,
He didn't think of that at any point until then.
Oh shit!
Crazy.
Why don't you just supply your entire army with this?
Yeah.
They're extras. They don't matter. Then it's like, oh my god, the craziest thing is like, oh, then Roland shows up. He starts shooting some people, and then they get pinned, and is like, then they're
Wait,
like, okay, now you guys like kill them because they're no use to me anymore.
Wait,
and then go ahead.
It was like, wait, how did Roland came here? How did he just fall from the sky?
He had a cool heroic entrance, as Atlas says.
Haha, that was so funny.
Yeah, then but then the general lady, she just like looks back and forth at Atlas and Roland, and then she joins Roland's side, and then like she was about to give like this whole thing about his whole speech about the power of friendship, but before she can even say anything, she gets vaporized by a space cannon. It was like, first off, I don't even know what made her change her mind. I think it's just that she liked Kevin Hart's dick back in the day, because that's pretty much it. And then she can't even say anything because like she wasn't a character. But then yeah, she gets shot, and it's like, oh, it's that Wolverine. Not everybody can have a heroic speech.
Hey, remember the acolytes where they just like, how do you turn OSHA evil? Oh, you see, she sees the stranger's dick.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, but then Lilith just comes in all of a sudden and is like, you had that one, but I'm not gonna let you kill my friends. It's like, and then she fires like a fireball, and then
she unlocks it first. She unlocks the key first before she can access all the powers.
Yeah, and then it's like, then you have all the flashbacks showing like, how did you find this key? Lucky, I guess. Then the whole, your mother said you were very special. And then like the flashback of her mother saying that, and then it's like, yeah, it's the plot twist is that Lilith was the daughter of Iridia. Who could have seen that coming?
Oh no, Tim Miller, you just rip off your own plot twist in Terminator Dark Fate.
Imagine ripping off Terminator Dark Fate for anything.
You see, yeah, you see. This girl is not important. It's not gonna give birth to the important person in the world. She is the important person in the world.
Jeez,
that's great.
Oh man.
Yeah. Then like she literally like. So they start firing. They knock Tiny Tina into the ground, like into a giant hole. But Lilith fires like a laser that pretty much picks her out and like has her floating in the air. I guess that's how her powers work. And then she literally like gives everybody, like all of her friends, like plot armor. Like,
oh yeah, that's
legitimate plot armor. So yeah, now they can fight all those hundreds of people, no problem.
Do you remember this is all because the soldier was like, yeah, if you unlock the powers, I gotta let your friend go. What will you agree with that?
Yeah, then it gets to a point where basically Atlas has Tiny Tina by the neck. He doesn't even have a gun, by the way. So yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess the coin or
No,
the chokehold is like enough.
you see, because why what do you need guns when you have a space? You can control a spaceship to shoot guns.
Yeah, I guess they do have the space, but actually no. The thing is, like, she does like a Captain Marvel and like flies into it with binary force, and like just flies to the spaceship and it breaks. Yeah, so that they lost the space cannon.
Oh no, the strongest military in the world only has one ship. Somehow,
The richest guy in the galaxy.
it's not like you can just apply like 10 billion soldiers. I mean, and also like 10,000 ships.
Yeah, honestly, like the thing is, like, literally none of this would have happened if you didn't hire Lilith. That's legitimately the thing.
And yeah, and the other thing is, you will not put yourself put yourself in risk if you remember the fact you have hologram robots that can just speak like you. You remember the scene that you met Lilith? You have robots to do so.
Yeah. But no, he has to be there in person because they want to see what's in the vault. And the thing is, like, so they actually do go into the vault as Lilith opens it. Now that I guess Tiny Tina's in danger, so they go inside.
Okay, yeah.
But it turns out that inside there is nothing, just a bunch of boxes. But again, we can't look in those boxes or anything like that. There's nothing in there except for a monster. But before we get into that,
Oh yeah, do you remember how does
Lilith uses like a lot of like
yeah? I was like,
teleporting.
yeah, I'm thinking, which movie they rip this off? Because they're in a cyber world, and then there's like a cool lasers and stuff.
It
And he just,
reminds me of the AI Supreme in Captain Marvel a little bit.
yeah,
At least
but
all the blues.
that's true. But the teleporting aspect before she kills the villain. I keep thinking, what do you remind me of? So,
I didn't realize how much of this was just it's pretty derivative of a lot of other like Marvel movies and such that's come out over the past few years. I didn't even think about it that much until I was in this.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh,
But she just like ends up behind him, and then she steals the battery pack that makes him invulnerable.
oh right. I think that's like in Dread. That when not so that in Dread. That movie. There's the girl who can like fuck people's mind, and she was like she's just toying with a victim. Was like, oh, don't worry, you're in my mind, so you're in your mind, so you can do whatever you want. And so he just tried to shoot her, even though it doesn't work because she's a hologram. She's just in his mind as well. And so he was so she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna fuck your mind now," which is basically something which reminds me of this. It's like they try to play a psychological game in this empty world.
It
But
really doesn't. Like, she just goes right behind him, takes out his battery pack, and then goes right in front of him again. And it's like, oh, I didn't know you could do that.
yeah, yeah,
then Tiny Tina just kicks him in the balls, and that's that. And then she's like, "You're not going to be in this vault alone. You'll have a friend." And then there's this big tentacle monster
That gets teleported in, I guess.
Yeah, it's like, which is like one of my things my friend was saying. It's like there's like a lot of monster battles in Borderlands, and like there's not one in this entire movie. You see a monster here.
That's not true. You got the car driving through the monster earlier.
Yeah, right.
There you go.
That was easy.
Yeah, but yeah, they just again, what was in the vault? Nothing.
Nope.
I mean,
what was the sacred treasures that they needed?
Nope.
Nothing. Because they just like, so then like, let's go home, and Tiny Tina just teleports them out. So I guess she can control that power now. And yeah, then you get your Return of the Jedi ending.
That's
The other
it.
crazy part with Lilith there is that she just got those powers and she's using them as though she's had them for as though
Years,
she's
yeah.
known how to use them for ages.
Yeah, she turns like and she makes like a fireworks of a giant flame hawk.
Yeah.
Yep. And she said as like, oh, this is my home. This is even though this is the worst planet in the galaxy. They literally said that, but this is my home, and I love this home.
Oh yeah, she says that like 5
Even though
times
she
throughout the whole
talks
movie.
shit about it, yeah.
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 It's a shithole, but it's my shithole. I guess.
Wait. Why don't you want to go back to your cyberpunk city again?
It's a shithole.
Yep. So yeah. So I was. That's when that's the ending. I was like, wait, that's the ending.
Yeah, that's the ending.
It's like there's no resolution. There's like, oh, we won. Go.
They just need the Return of the Jedi ending. All the
Yeah.
fireworks.
Yeah, there's no comment from other characters like Kevin Hart's, Jamie Lee Curtis, Claptrap, and that Creed guy.
I mean, Claptrap makes a pre-ejaculation joke.
Fuck you.
Oh yeah, he did that.
Yeah, and it's like there's no resolution. It's like, and then you just realize, wait, what the fuck are those characters again? They're just here for the ride. It's like
Yeah.
Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon.
Oh my goodness. Another. It. Obviously, like as we said, like none of us play the game, so it's like it's really difficult for us to really. Like, if you were to put yourselves in the shoes of somebody that was a fan of this franchise, it really did not do anything to sell the IP for people.
No, I mean,
And it doesn't help that in the last 9 years, a lot of people were pretty much flat out saying, "I don't even know why this is getting a movie in the first place,"
yep. I mean,
and it didn't do anything to justify it.
nope. I mean, I guess I would talk about Lilith as a character. She's the one who has something resemble of an arc, which is not much.
It's
Okay,
just
so
generic.
and underdeveloped. So her arc is supposed to be okay, as an idea, it's supposed to be being a mother figure to the thought to Tiny Tina, and like loving Borderland again or whatever this place is. It's like
Pandora. Yeah.
Pandora. That's the idea. One, why the fuck do you have mommy issues up when you are 50 years old? I'm serious. If you ask
Honestly, like my thing is like, you get to a point where it's like you're older than your mother when she died. So it's like I feel like that's something that people kind of connect with more. It's like, damn, I lived longer than my mom.
Yeah,
but there's nothing of that.
No, it's like, I mean, there's an idea for what, even though this is, it just ends up me being like, why the fuck are you or what the fuck do you have mom issues at 50 years old? She just complains about that all the time, and so it's like, so here's the thing. So she constantly get dialogue just like, oh, you're special, you should love this place, and she only got like one scene with Tiny Tina when it comes to bonding. Even that doesn't matter because Tiny Tina tries to betray her anyways. And they fight together. Maybe it's not even like Lord of the Rings where there's a lot of actions that tells you a lot of that character relationship and bonding and stuff. It's just should die. I mean, it's also like a lot of plot armor, but that's besides the plot point. And yeah, and that's also because her moral stand just flips. She's just a bounty hunter, and suddenly she's like, yeah, sure, I will go with you to open the vault for reasons. And yeah, and at the end, that's the payoff at the end. It's like she just tries to save the Tiny Tina by using the door thing, the portal. I don't even understand the fault. It's so it's but
The
like
daughter of Iridia was the friends we met along the way.
yep. And here's the thing: she doesn't. There's nothing in the climax like test her anything. She just unlocked God mode and she just won. There's no sacrifice and stuff.
No.
No, yeah. So the entire arc of her like caring about Tiny Tina is like inconsistent at best. An outright moronic. I don't even know how to describe it. Like, inconsistent. Okay, at best it's really flat, stupid, nonsense, and doesn't have much substance. At worst, it's extremely inconsistent. That you even believe that, and at the very worst, you will even understand the fact that this doesn't even make any sense for a character. So yeah, and that's already better than the loving Borderlands stuff, Pandora, because that has even less things to support it. Yeah, my mom died here, and this place is a shithole. There's no redeeming qualities.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing about the other characters too is like they really don't have much to say.
No.
I mean, like Tiny Tina has like the only characterization she really gets is her rooftop scene, where she's talking about how she was created in a lab.
And then that doesn't go anywhere at all.
Yeah, and it's like she's even said it doesn't upset her, like learning to trip.
So you literally just drop that and then you do nothing with it.
Yeah, it's just like at most they give her like more of like that kind of makes Lilith a little bit more nicer to Tiny Tina after learning that information, but it's still not really enough to say that they grew as characters.
No.
It's like bare minimum.
Yeah.
And then Roland is like again, like for a lot of people, Roland was like the most disappointing aspect because it is you can't really shake the fact that it is just Kevin Hart. Despite like, how much of a badass he is in the games. But yeah, I mean, even outside of that, it's like I really don't really learn anything. All I learn is that he used to fuck the Atlas General back in the day, and that's
Yeah.
it. He was a well decorated mercenary soldier. Now he's a rogue. Why? Don't know.
I mean, how does he find out the fact that she's special and shit? Fuck do I know?
Yeah, that's kind of the problem. It's like I think for him is like the problem is like he's in like a in medias res kind of story. Like he's in the middle of it, in the middle of his arc, but it's like you got to account for the fact that the audience doesn't know what he's talking about. Not that,
Right.
and it's not game accurate either, so you can't even rely on that either. If you were to say that,
Yeah, there's just nothing to say. And there's the big guy. He's big, and he likes to smash stuff.
yeah,
Oh, the crazy
Krieg,
guy.
yeah,
He just shows up in the armored van and then he's there for the rest of the movie.
yeah.
It
And
would
then
have been neat if
Claptrap is just
Yeah.
kind of ridiculous.
he's overpowered as hell.
Yeah.
And he's treated as a joke.
Yeah, one thing about Claptrap from the game is like first off, the hammer is like a lot more. The thing is like so because it's rated M, so they have like a lot more like jaded jokes as well. So they don't. So I don't know, but I don't know what these aren't really PG-13 jokes either. These are like PG jokes.
The PG jokes about like PG-13 topics, I guess is the way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so weird because it's how much is the original picture like this is actually R-rated and they reshoot a lot of stuff.
That's what I hear.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Like,
go
they
through
took
the
a lot of the
production
scenes-
side of the wiki page, see what they say.
Yeah, I hear they took a lot of the same action scenes and just cut out small pieces of it. So I guess there just would have been a bunch of blood and gore they had to cut out of it, and then that's what they just called it.
Yeah, so we talked about some of these things. 2011, there was this whole thing about making this a cinematic universe, which is obviously not going to happen. We talked about the pooping joke came from Eli's dog. Yeah, and then Aaron Berg was supposed to, he wanted this to be rated R back in 2016. Then it had a few script writing changes. By the time it was like 2020, 2021, they settled on making PG-13.
Yep.
Just obviously more people.
I think there's. I mean, I know that Tim Miller brought a person to rewrite called Joe Crombie. So,
Yeah, people don't think Joe Crombie's a real guy. People think that's Craig Mason's like pseudonym.
No, there's actually a real. There's actually a.
No, I know that. Sam Levinson is also one of the rewriters in here too.
Oh, people think that the one guy is a pseudonym.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, there's a Joe Abercrombie who's like a really good like author for books. So people thought it was him, but no, it was like someone named Joe Crombie, and it's like he has credits to his name on IMDb.
One.
Nobody believes that's a person. They think that's Craig Mazin not wanting to put his name.
Yeah, that guy only has one writing credit, but I love that and Robot. That's why I said, oh, this is the guy. This is
Tim
definitely.
Miller.
Yeah.
So could be Tim Miller. So who knows?
Yeah, he's mostly an editor. He has more editing credit than writing credits.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Borderlands.
What else you say? Do you want to talk about like video game adaptations now?
Yeah, we can just go in that in general.
So, anyone seen the Halo show?
I've heard too many bad things to not watch it.
I've heard a lot of bad things about that one, although I didn't see it. I'm trying to remember what else.
Uncharted.
Oh shit! I don't even remember that movie. I was like, I've seen it. It's bad. I mean, it's better than this movie for sure. I mean, there's a few things I like. I mean, mainly the Antonio Banderas, until they kill him off for some reason.
Yeah, I guess Five Nights at Freddy's is technically a video game movie.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That one was also pretty bad, except it was also better than this.
Yeah. I mean, there's all these Resident Evil movies.
They made the new one that's like a reboot of it.
Yeah.
And that one was terrible. Most of the other ones are also bad as well. So.
Yeah. There's
Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat has that opening scene that
I mean, it's like
cinema, but outside of that, it's still a better movie.
There's like two good characters, Scorpion and the Australian guy. I don't remember the name.
It's the guy with the eye laser. Kano, I think.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Sounds familiar. Sounds similar.
It is Kano. Though everybody likes.
Yeah, no one likes Cole Young. Which, by the way,
I mean, like Joe Taslim.
Oh yeah. Oh shit! I just realized they rip off the power from Cole Young in Mortal Kombat by giving people plot armor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, Assassin's Creed is up there in terms of bad.
I've never seen that movie, thankfully. I mean, the Sonic movies.
These are better.
Yeah, these are much better.
No, I mean the biggest problem with like this is like it's just super boring. Like if you compare it to like some of the bad films in the past, like obviously Super Mario, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, but these like they have more soul in them in comparison. This is just like nothing.
Nothing, yeah.
Even Rampage.
Shit. Yeah, I don't even remember that. That's a video game movie.
Yeah, it's loosely based on some old SNES game, I think. Or no,
Mhm.
whatever it is.
Detective Pikachu, technically.
I don't know. People love that movie, and I was like, I seen it. I was like, that is so boring.
It's not this boring.
Oh yeah,
Oh
definitely.
no, it's better than this.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, movie. Okay, there's the shows that I need to look up because I think I will miss a lot of them. Oh shit, we gotta have the new what's it called? Legend of Zelda movie.
I think it should be better.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, well, who's making it?
I don't know is it better. Because the guy who made, do you remember the guy who's gonna make Legend of Zelda? The writer?
Can't remember.
He wrote the legendary line, "We lost the Star War."
Oh, Wes Ball is writing. Yeah,
No, Westworld is the director.
Wes
The
Ball.
guy, the guy who wrote Jurassic World Dominio.
Oh, Jurassic. Oh, the third one.
Oh
Yep.
god.
That's it's like, here's the thing. I mean, I'll give it that. There's some adaptations that of video games that aren't bad. Like, I never watched Edge Runner, but people say it's not bad. I mean, Arcane is really good.
Oh yeah, Arkane's great.
Yeah, there's like The Last of Us. There are a lot of good episodes there. I mean, there's like one or two. There's still. I mean, still. There are things I do not like about it, but The Last of Us shows way better than this.
Yeah.
But but they're gonna have 3 seasons of the second game.
What? They're doing 3 seasons of that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, that was so weird. What they only have 1 season for the first game, and they're just like, fuck, I'm gonna make.
They need to milk it in case if the third game comes out.
Motherfucker, just make it an anthology.
That was what everybody's been saying ever since they announced the second part. Just make it an anthology. There's no reason to just keep it all in, or it's like, that's a long conversation.
Yeah, and of course we reference Fallout. I didn't see all of it. I've seen 1 episode. I think it's really bad. People keep telling me it's really good. I do not know.
I've seen people say that it captures the games better, like at least like in terms of helping you at least understand the world.
Which game?
I don't know. I don't play Fallout to know.
Because people keep distinguish between the.
Like the thing is like I think the thing is like people compare it to Halo, and Halo's like really bad. So it's like I guess Fallout is better in comparison. That's what I think at least.
Yes, and that's why, Quantumania is a masterpiece because it's better than Deadpool and Wolverine.
How much better is it than Deadpool and Wolverine?
It doesn't break multiverse time and previous Marvel movies that weren't MCU. That's kind of. I know people don't like when we say this, and I completely understand because it is kind of like, oh, there's no way Deadpool and Wolverine is like the worst Marvel movie, worst. But the thing is, like, I get it. It's not a bad film in that sense. Like, it's kind of mid in terms of filmmaking, but like if you just consider the stakes in that story and how much it is applying to not just itself, but also films of the X-Men universe, Blade, Elektra, Fantastic Four, the MCU itself. It's like it's really messy, really, really messy.
Yeah,
I can imagine.
Yeah. People are shocked that when I tell them, wait, do you know that Elektra can see the future? You're like, what the fuck? Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah. I'm not kidding.
So wait, does that get used in the movie or what exactly?
No.
Nope.
So hold up. What?
Yeah. she can see the future in her own solo movie.
Oh
And she-
right.
Yeah, like Madam Web. Except the fact she can actually control it.
Yeah. That was something I talked about in the previous podcast as well. It's like in the comics, Elektra has like to the extent of it is like she can like see she can anticipate somebody's like next move that like so she's like prepared for that like whenever somebody's like but that's like mid fight and it's like it's very contained. It's not
Mhm.
seeing the future.
And in the movie, it is straight up just seeing the future, or
Yeah,
just
yeah.
Deadpool and Wolverine.
And then she
No.
can also resurrect people from the dead.
And she can astral project herself to see everywhere she wanted, even if she doesn't know where the person is. I'm not
All of
kidding.
this is in the movie.
In
Like
the
her movie, or
Elektra movie.
In her movie. Yeah.
Jesus. Wow. And none of that gets used in this, I'm assuming.
Nope.
No. It really does feel like they just want you to forget. They want it to be canon, but they don't want you to think about it too hard.
Yeah.
That's how it always is.
Yeah. It's also like there's a Blade show that takes place after the movies.
Oh, I've heard about that one.
Yeah.
I don't think Wesley Snipes plays Blade in that. I think they switch actors.
No, it's weird because I was still watching it. I just rewatching it. It's like fuck. It's a lot of things because he doesn't really act like the Blade in the trilogy.
No.
No,
Well,
he's
the first two.
yeah. It's weird because people could argue that maybe he's being pulled from after trilogy, which Trinity, which I guess because they played it so fake. But even that has a few problems. But I guess it's a lot of weird things.
Oh yeah, how does Blade exactly end up there?
So the thing is like the thing is the characters all contradict each other in terms of what actually happened. The thing is like Blade says something and they all agree, and then Elektra says something and they all agree. So it's like I don't know which one is right. Blade says that one day they knocked at his door, and then the TVA agent said that his universe is dying, and they just send him to the void, and he wasn't like able to fight for his universe and all that stuff. But then Elektra says later that like the universes are still alive, but nobody remembers us, kind of a thing. So it's like, okay, so is it dead or is it dying? Those are two different things.
No, because and Deadpool in this scene keeps saying, "I know your universe is dead, but you can save mine." Like what?
That's the problem. Like, there's a bunch of contradictions in terms of what is true, and then they say like at the end of the movie, well, not say, but like they show footage in the TVA cameras that all of them are going back home to their respective universes. So I guess they're not gone. That's the problem. I don't know. It's too much.
Jeez.
We spent 6.5 hours on that movie.
Yeah, people actually ask me, do you think this movie or Deadpool Wolverine is gonna be tougher for us to break down? I was like, Deadpool Wolverine.
By far.
Yeah, and some people actually was like asked me, was like, "Wait, you legit think Borderlands is better than Deadpool Wolverine?" I was like, "Yeah."
I think this will go back to like, in terms of filmmaking, this is worse. Borderlands is worse. It's bad as a movie. It's bad as like just a general story, like getting engaged with any of the characters or anything like that. I guess it's like more of like if you were to speak with anybody about what's going to be listed as the worst film of the year, Borderlands is going to be down there for a lot of people for this year. Even though it doesn't break things like the universe, like Deadpool and Wolverine does, but like Deadpool and Wolverine is still at least watchable in comparison. I think that debate is always going to happen now that because we keep having so many multiverse stories.
Yeah, I mean, people keep asking us. I was like, but Borderlands doesn't work as a premise, like so as Deadpool Wolverine. Does anyone actually think Deadpool got rejected by the Avengers, and he's got to get the press. It's a good premise for the movie. It's like this is outright assassination. I'm not even kidding. This is not even my pitch. They literally describe it. Well, you see, Deadpool got rejected by the Avengers, and he's sad. That's the pitch.
And then it gets to a point where Vanessa breaks up with him because of it.
What the fuck? She literally said, "I support you go to the Avengers. You should have I have an egg, and you have to join the Avengers." The fuck? Why would you even believe that?
And it's like, you're talking about Avengers from a different Earth. They're not even from your Earth.
No.
That's the problem too. It's like, yeah, I'm going to support you to go on a team in a different universe. Yeah, because that's normal.
Yeah, and here's the thing: you literally have time travel. What the fuck? Just say that you can literally do anything, and you just have Vanessa suggest. Actually, you can just do this, and this.
But to be fair on Vanessa on that part, it's like, this is not a normal situation. It's like, yeah, just like use your time band and go to this universe and just do your thing and then come back. It's like, because you could just do that. I don't know. It's like that. It's pretty absurd, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
It's a lot of things. It's a lot of things happening. Yeah, the premise of this movie is already broken, and it's just like Borderlands.
Borderlands it's such a nothing burger of a movie.
Yeah. I think that's mainly it, and I think that's why people would hate it more, like in terms of like ranking.
Yeah.
Like for 2024, it's just like because it does the sin of being boring, and people find boring to be worse, which is fair. I completely understand that.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, people love because that's the meta surrounding Deadpool Wolverine is so anticipated. So it's like, so people will obviously love it. I was like, everyone loves the pairing of Deadpool and Wolverine, and I think it's rushed shit, nonsensical, but it's like people love that.
No, it's like you can't beat the film in that sense, because like, one, you're coming off of Multiverse of Madness, which people thought Multiverse of Madness was going to be what Deadpool and Wolverine is. Like, let's be honest. Especially with that kind of title, Multiverse of Madness, and it doesn't really do the cameos like that. That's why people are super disappointed on that. So, like, when you see Deadpool and Wolverine do what, quote unquote, what the people want, and then now it's like it's got the most money of a rated R film ever. Yeah, they're going to learn the wrong lessons completely. Yeah. And yeah. I already feel like Deadpool and Wolverine learned the wrong lessons of No Way Home. And No Way Home has a lot of problems, but it's still a way better use of the multiverse, using variants to have their own characterization and all that stuff. Deadpool and Wolverine doesn't really do that. They're really just action figures.
Yeah, it's like, and if you just ask me, it was like, okay, you can use Blade and just talk about his history as like what happened to his previous movie, blah 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 blah, because even Blade the series do that, and have Elektra was like actually and talk about her experience, like, okay, I actually know a girl that has a boyfriend called Mark Miller. No, I'm not kidding.
Yeah, no.
And I also have a daughter. Like, okay, I used to like, okay, not a daughter. It's like I also have a daughter who's really special, so I understand how you feel like and stuff, but don't beat yourself up. But there's a lot of things you can do with that. There's a lot. The characters have a lot of history.
No, they're just action figures.
No, and they flip in a dime. It's like, oh fuck, you killed my friend. Okay, can we just help destroy the fortress now?
It's honestly with the whole Deadpool and Wolverine. Obviously, like, they're going that direction with like Secret Wars, which I've always said that Secret Wars is something that you need more time, like the time that you guys spent like trying to do your own thing, but then you clearly want to use the X-Men and the Fantastic Four, but there was like all the contract issues from Fox, like they couldn't use these characters until like 2026. So right now they're kind of like BSing around just to get to that point. And honestly, I don't even mind BSing around to get to that point, but I don't think Secret Wars is the story to do that for. I feel like you should have just committed to Kang Dynasty. Just do what you got to do. I mean, obviously, it was not handled well at all. Don't get me wrong, but I'd rather you just do Kang Dynasty, get this over with, and then save it for once you have everybody established, and then you can go do your Secret Wars, whatever. Because the problem with that is like Secret Wars relies on so much history of Marvel characters in general, and like if you clearly want the Fantastic Four to be in the limelight, hold on, I think did it kick me out?
No, you're still here.
You're still
Yeah.
here. It's like that. Yeah, it's a lot of things. Because here's the thing: a lot of people just point to Multiverse of Madness. I was like, dude, they literally have the same issue as Deadpool and Wolverine. Do you remember like the end of the okay, America Charfest? I think you know that. So she at the end she doesn't save her mom, even though she has like powers to do so. She can just open portals to multiverses and just save people like this, and she doesn't do that. It's literally the same problem with Wolverine here. Because she was like, "Can you just save my friends?" And the B-15 was like, "No, your mistakes makes you who you are." I was like, "Dude, you can literally change the past, and it doesn't affect the future. You are the TVA." And Wolverine is like, "Yeah, okay."
I mean, again, like they just did way. There's just way too much going on. It's like, yeah, some of these things are from the comics, but like some of these things have rules in them in the comics that like, it's like comics are always absurd. No, comics have rules too. You just don't look at them. And then it's like, oh, you decide to combine these organizations to do multiple things to the point where they have way too many responsibilities that makes them seem godlike, like the TVA. Instead of controlling a timeline, they control the entire multiverse and the timelines. That's pretty ridiculous. And but that's kind of the problem too. Is like I don't know if it's because like they need to up the stakes every time in every project just because of Endgame. That's stupid. Like, there's no reason for Kamala Khan, high school girl, superhero, to have a enemy that is like trying to send them to a different dimension. Why?
No, I don't know. And she just and they just literally just make her a mutant for some reason.
Because they want her to be special, but not her family to be special.
And this got reckoned by the Marvels anyway. It was like, dude, literally anyone can put on the bangle and just have powers. I'm not kidding. It's like, just put it on everyone.
The problem with like the Marvels too is like it's set post Secret Invasion, and you really do not feel that at all. Nick Fury does not act like that kind of character. He does not. He doesn't even have his wife on the ship.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's so weird. Okay, yeah, this is. I just don't even know what to say about the Marvels. I think it's one of the worst Marvel movies because it's Phase 5. It's a given, but
Yeah.
like it's also not top 3 worst.
That is kind of the problem too. It's like it's definitely going to be worse for like in terms of a normie list, and I do
Oh, for sure.
understand why. But like if you were to ask us, we'd probably put like Multiverse of Madness, Deadpool and Wolverine, and at the very least Quantumania, all in the bottom 3.
Yeah,
I mean, I think people would put Quantumania and the Marvels for sure at the bottom.
yeah.
But I
and-
don't expect Multiverse of Madness is not going to be at the bottom for their list. Deadpool and Wolverine for sure is not going to be at the bottom of their list.
Oh no.
I mean, Eternals. Yeah, that they got put
Eternals,
Eternals.
I think that's a normie take as well.
Yeah, everyone just like, Eternals is bad. I was like, we know. I mean, people asked me, was like, wait, what is so wrong about Eternals? Do you know that the celestial created planets, gravity, stars? I'm not kidding. You literally alter the entire history of the universe, and no one knows that.
Yeah, that's kind of a complicated thing because Celestials do have that kind of power in the comics, but like again, that's something kind of difficult to put onto screen, unless you like fully commit to it. But they didn't do it; they kind of half-ass it. But yeah, I mean, not to go too much into Eternals and all that. But yeah, that kind of so Borderlands.
Yeah, this is like this is so nothing. We literally just go back to talk to Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah, I mean, everything with this movie is like it's just kind of frustrating because like it's super predictable in terms of how it goes about it. I mean, and even if I'm not a fan of the franchise, I can definitely see people being disappointed in something just not being done fair or right or things like that. So I completely sympathize with that. Um, it's not gonna get super stuff for sure.
Yep.
But I guess it's also for the fans of that. It's like it's could be disappointing. Maybe it could work, and we just haven't. And the people in charge were just full of idiots. Who knows? Maybe you'll have like a opportunity like Edge Runner and Arcane try the animated route,
Yeah.
and they can go from there. But we'll see.
I mean, we gotta have a lot more live action movies like The Legend of Zelda. Excited?
Oh, man.
Honestly, us, we're just waiting for that cast.
I'm just waiting to see who's making this one. Borderlands, according to Wiki here, made 18.5 million, according to.
Yeah, and they went over like 110, 120 to make it.
Yeah,
So
it
it's not
made
making
like
it.
nothing. Made barely anything.
Yeah, and we got a Minecraft movie as well.
Also starring Jack Black.
Holy shit! That's also live action, by the way.
Yeah, Sonic is coming out. Sonic 3 is coming out this year. Still waiting for a trailer.
Yeah, probably. To be honest, they shouldn't do the Knuckles show.
I heard the Knuckles show is awful.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't watch it, but it's not even about Knuckles. It's about some guy called Wade.
Yeah, it's mostly about his human companion. I don't know if it's because they didn't want to CG Knuckles the entire time. But at that point, why make a show about him?
Just call the show Wade.
I'll probably watch it because I know Sonic and Tails are in the show. I'm just not excited to watch it. So yeah. But yeah, next year you got Minecraft, Mortal Kombat 2, and Five Nights at Freddy's 2.
Maybe I'll probably just gonna finish 4, and then I'll just gotta wait for 4 2. They're rushing the show. Holy shit!
Street Fighter's having one on 2026.
Wow.
Apparently A24 is making a Death Stranding movie.
What's Death Stranding again? I don't play that game.
I mean, it's that Hideo Kojima game.
Yeah.
The one that has Norman Reedus' face.
So they got cast Norman Reedus, right?
Yeah. I mean, A24 is like, it's kind of crazy.
Mm.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there's plenty of future games like at least planned out. Just Dance.
Oh.
No way.
Yeah.
Fuck. I mean, I guess it's gonna be like the Step Up movies, like the dance movie.
Kate Herron is in charge of Sims.
What?
Yeah. David F. Sandberg's Until Dawn. I'm kind of surprised they haven't tried to do Red Dead, but I'm sure it's going to happen sometime soon.
Yeah.
Jack and Daxter for Zero.
Oh, Like a Dragon.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Yep. Holy shit. A lot of things. There's a lot of things I don't know about.
No, yeah, a lot of these.
I mean,
don't have
I forgot there's a Twisted Metal show.
Yeah. But yeah. So no, this did not break the video game curse. But then again, I guess the video game curse is kind of like not there as much now because like there's other stuff that is okay
I
at
mean-
best.
I mean, Sonic.
Yeah, well, that's kind of like that's in the okay territory.
I mean, Arcane is really good. That's it.
Arcane is
Yeah.
really- but Arcane is, from what I understand, it's kind of doing its own thing related to League of Legends, but not like in depth with like lore or anything like that. But, I mean,
Yeah.
you know, it has one more season planned, and that's it.
Yeah, the Last of Us is okay. The Mario movie. Did anyone watch that?
Yeah, I did. It was fun. It's
It
good.
was fun.
Yep. I think that's it really. There's not much there. I mean, people love Fallout for some reason. They literally call Fallout. They literally compare Fallout to Arcane.
Yeah. I do feel like, you know, I feel like Arcane, Puss in Boots, The Last Wish, and Into the Spider-Verse are going to be like those films and shows that like will kind of get annoying for animation discourse. In terms of like, oh, this is like what I expect now for other animated films or projects.
Yeah.
Because I know like there's been some of that discourse for other animated movies not really getting the chance because it's not on par with, you know, Puss in Boots too. But it's like, you know, some films are just not treated the same.
And
But it could possibly be good. You never know.
I mean, did anyone even remember? Did anyone even know what Inside Out 2 is? It's like that. It's like the highest grossing animated film of all time, and I do not even hear anyone talking about it.
Yeah, it's very strange.
Yeah.
I think we've kind of exhausted all we can with Borderlands here.
No, yeah, I agree.
We can talk about.
Yeah, there's nothing. I mean, there's more the behind the scenes stuff is more interesting than this movie, which is insane.
Yeah, I do agree.
Alien Romulus next week.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was kind of looking through some of the responses. You know, Rotten Tomatoes 10%. The consensus is glitching out in every department. Borderlands is a balderdash. 27 out of 100 on Metacritic. Cinema Score gave it a D plus. Yeah, this review from PC Gamer was pretty funny. You might have heard the claim that this is a writing of the scales to remind us that good adaptations are the exception, not the rule. We needed a new Super Mario Bros. 1993. We didn't get one. Borderlands cannot hold a candle to Super Mario Bros. It's not interesting. It's not interestingly bad. It has no cheesy, thwarted ambition to redeem it. It never became more than a waste of 100 minutes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially this made by Illumination. Fuck's sake.
And this one is, let me see. Movie Web wrote, Roth displays his cinematic prowess with solid combat scenes. Okay, I don't know.
Nope.
Monte's Krieg is a beast and a half. So Krieg. Twisting baddies into human pretzels with unabashed glee. The violence is brutal but not graphically disturbing. No. It's stunning to see a Roth film without even a hint of blood. The producer made business to calculation to avoid the R rating and allow children who enjoy the games to see the film.
The
Die Hard
children,
Roth
the
fans.
children who play the M-rated game.
Children who shouldn't be playing the games.
Yeah, this says any Roth fans expecting his trademark gruesome torture should sit this one out, because I know that's one of his criticisms for a lot of his horror films. Is like he does like torture porn.
Oh yeah.
The max. Like I don't know if it's like Saw level, but like he definitely gets criticized for something like this. Which
Oh, yeah.
it's kind of weird. Again, we feel like Borderlands probably makes more sense as a rated R film.
Oh shit, he made Knock Knock.
Yeah. That Ana de Armas Keanu Reeves movie.
Ah shit, they could just do that.
We only seen one scene. Let's be honest.
That's true. And he made the Man with the Iron Fist for some reason.
Yeah, I think I've heard Thanksgiving is like his best work.
I have no idea. The film has Addison Ray for some reason.
Which one? Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah, Milo Manheim.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that. I know like because like the other films alongside was like It Ends With Us and Cuckoo with Hunter Schafer. But you know,
To be honest, I'm just gonna watch like It Ends With Us by myself for some time. It's because here's the thing: I didn't hear anyone talks about It Ends With Us. I just hear about a drama behind the scenes.
yeah. But yeah, we'll wrap this up. Yeah, Borderlands bad. Don't
Yes.
watch it.
Terrible.
Don't watch
Don't
it.
watch it. I heard Twister's good. Just go watch that.
Yeah.
Just go watch Arcane.
Yep.
Watch Arcane. Get ready for season 2. Avoid the leaks on Twitter. Because they leaked Arcane season 2, like the first 5 episodes.
I don't even know is it the first 5 or just 5 episodes.
It's the first 5.
First five.
Fuck.
But yeah, Burger. We see you have a channel. Is there anything you'd like to say about it?
No, not much. I mean, I might be posting a live stream in the next few days. We'll have to see.
Yay.
Yeah. We have his channel in the links down below.
So
Go and subscribe. We appreciated having you here.
Yeah. Thank you for having me on.
yeah, I mean, we're glad to have you here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you can subscribe to Unity Review and Analysis. You can subscribe to Red Double O's Reviews. You can subscribe to another Reviews Corp podcast, where all these videos get archived. The links are all in the description down below, including our Spotify. And we will see you next time. Goodbye, everybody.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
We gotta break down Alien Romulus. Hopefully, it's as bad as people said it is. Not just kidding. I hope it's good, but it's not. It's not gonna be.
Probably won't be.